Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. My name is Naveen, and today we will be looking at 500 most expected DILR questions. This is part 21 of this series. So overall, we have solved around 50 LRDI sets, right? Isn't this amazing? So let's start with our first set for today. This set is okay. So Ishwar had 140 chocolates with him in a rectangular drawer. He distributed the chocolates among his 4 friends Abdul, Brian, Chandan and Diljit by dividing the drawer using planks into 4 rows and 3 columns, which meant that boxes were formed in the drawer. Okay. So suppose this is the drawer and using planks into 4 rows. So he must have placed 3 planks like this and 3 columns, 2 planks like this. So this is how the drawer was divided. These are 12 boxes. The boxes in the 4 rows had Dairy Milk, 5-star, James and Nutties respectively. Okay. So the first one had Dairy Milk, the next one had a 5-star, the next one had James and the last one has Nutties. The details of the chocolates are mentioned in the table given below. Some of them got erased. So we have this particular table where some of the data is filled, right? The row is the chocolate and the column is 1, 2, 3 and the rows are 1, 2, 3, 4. The first row has Dairy Milk, 5-star and then so on and so forth. Okay. So this tells us that D, as in most probably Diljit, has 12 Nutties assigned to him in the first column and 4th row, right? Similarly, in the 3rd row, which is James, A, as in Abdul, has it's Abdul's drawer, but how many gems he had, that is not known, right? Okay. So let's look at the next part. Okay, I'll have to hide myself. Let's read the statements. In the table, the number mentioned in the bracket is the number of chocolates in that box, while the letter is the first letter of the name of the friend who got that box. For example, Abdul got the box in 4th row and 3rd column. So the 4th row and 3rd column, we are talking about this. And it contains 12 chocolates and these 12 chocolates are specifically Nutties, right? The following information is known. The number of boxes as well as the number of chocolates with Abdul is the highest. Each of the 4 friends got at least 2 boxes. Number of 5 stars in the drawer is equal to the number of gems and so on and so forth. So this is a question which is based on grid along with numbers, right? So it's futile to read every statement. Let's do the analysis. Let's bring everything together on the same slide. Okay, let me unhide myself. Let's see if it's going to be visible. Chalo, dikh raha hai aap logo? I'll do one thing. I will reduce. Okay. I hope this is clear now. Okay. The number of boxes as well as the number of chocolates with Abdul is the highest. So Abdul has got the highest number of boxes as well as highest number of chocolates. Okay. So please do remember we have 12 boxes and we have a total of 140 chocolates. In case you forgot, in the very first statement, it is given that 140 chocolates. Okay. Okay. Each of the 4 friends got at least 2 boxes. So if I talk about A, B, C, D, each one has got 2 to hai sabke paas. Okay. So done with this. And Abdul has got highest of both chocolates as well as boxes. So Abdul must have 3. Suppose if Abdul has 3 boxes and 12 chahiye, somebody else will also have 3, right? Because 3 plus 2 plus 2 is not 12. So Abdul needs to have 4. If Abdul has 4, then 4 plus 2 plus 2 is going to be a total of 10. 2 more has to be assigned. It can be given to Abdul only or it can be given to B, C, D, may say at least one of them, right? So we don't know that part. Number of 5 stars in the drawer is equal to the number of gems. Number of 5 stars in the drawers is equal to the number of gems. Let's say that is A. And the number of Nutties, Gems and Dairy Milk in the drawer are consecutive natural numbers in the same order. So Nutties, Gems and Dairy Milk, these are consecutive numbers. So we are only looking at Nutties, Gems and Dairy Milk. ये consecutive numbers हैं. And we also know that this sum is 140, right? So this gives us 4A is 140. That tells us that A is 35. So this is 35 5 stars we have, 35 gems we have, 34 nutties we have, and 36 dairy milk we have. So this we have concluded from third statement. Diljit got adjoining boxes in the same row and Brian got adjoining boxes in the same column. No one else got adjoining boxes. So we don't know how many boxes B and D have. So we can't really do anything from fourth statement. Fifth, only Brian and Diljit got an equal number of boxes. Okay. So using this logic, remember A has to be at least 4. Now, if I give the remaining 2s, right now this total 10 boxes as of now. If I give the remaining 2 to C, then B and D will have equal number of boxes, but then A will not have the highest. If A gets 5 and C gets 3, then this will result in a total of 12 boxes. So A has got 5 and B has got 2, C has got 3, D has got 2. So this is one possibility, right? So 5, 2, 3, 2. And the other possibility is if I give 4 to A and C remains 2, so this is 6. We need another 6 where B and D should be same. So this is the next possibility. Can we have any more scenario possible? Suppose A gets 6, so the other 3 will get 2 to 2. Only B and D will not get same. If I give A to 4, C gets 4, then A will not have the highest. Okay, so only these two cases exist, right? So let's call this case 1 and let's call this case 2. This is about the number of boxes. Okay. Now, let's try to use fourth statement now using the first case. Let's look at the first case. Okay. मैं different color marker ले लेता हूँ. First case. A gets 5, B gets 2, D gets 2. D already has 2, isn't it? And if D already has 2, can Diljit get adjoining boxes in the same row? Adjoining matlab same row में आजू बाजू होना चाहिए. Not possible, right? There are 2 D's there and 2 B's. 2 D are already here. एक D इधर है, एक D इधर है. They are not adjoining. So this tells us that the first scenario is definitely not possible. ये हटा देते हैं. Let's look at the next scenario. 4, 3, 2, 2. Now we need 3 B's and 3 D's. Now I can have a D here, right? So that Diljit has adjoining boxes in the same row and B needs to be in the same column, right? Very much possible. Now we need to put A and C, 2 C's and 3 A's. बिल्कुल हो सकता है, right? So let's take a pause here. This is one of the scenarios. और भी scenario हो सकता है. Maybe D is here and maybe B is here, right? Or maybe B is here. Who knows? ठीक है? B, 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 B. 3 B's और 3 D's. So cases होंगे. So let's अभी ignore that part. The total number of boxes with Abdul and Chandan together. So Abdul and Chandan together is equal to the number of boxes with Brian and Diljit together. Okay. So this tells us that Abdul and Chandan, they will have 4 and 2 boxes and they will have 3 and 3. ये तो हमें पहले ही पता है, right? Okay. Same is true for the chocolates. Okay, if I talk about chocolates, this was about boxes. If I talk about chocolates now, A and C get same as B and D and together they get 140. तो मतलब 70 A and C के पास है, B and D they have 70. With the number of chocolates with Chandan and Diljit being prime numbers between 30 and 40 in the same order. Okay. So what are the prime numbers between 30 and 40? 31 and 37. So that means Chandan gets 31, Diljit get 37. Why? Because it says in the same order. जिस order में नाम है उसी order में इनको prime numbers मिले. That means A gets a total of 39 chocolates and B gets a total of 33 chocolates. Makes sense? So A gets total chocolates as 39, B gets 33, C gets 31 and D gets 37. Chalo. We know how many boxes each one has received and how many chocolates each one has received. Okay. The number of chocolates in the second and third column, they are same, they are equal, and in the first and second column are consecutive natural numbers. So it could be B plus minus 1, क्योंकि ये नहीं लिखा है कि it's in the increasing order or decreasing order. So from here also can we say this sum is going to be equal to 140, as in 3B plus minus 1 is 140. That gives us 3B is equal to 3B plus minus 1 is equal to 140. That means 3B is equal to 140 minus 1, which is 139, or 140 plus 1, which is 141. Now 3B is 139 will not give us the answer because 139 is not in the table of 3. 141 will definitely give us the answer, which will result in B being 47 and 3B minus 1 hoga. So plus 1 will not happen, right? So this is B minus 1 for sure. So this gives us that the total number of chocolates in the second column is going to be 47, 47 and 46. थोड़ा और छोटा लिखते हैं. So this one is going to be 46. Says that 46 plus 47 is 140, and the number of chocolates in the second and third column is equal, and first and second column are consecutive natural numbers. So from 7th we got this. Next statement. The Brian did not get, okay, 6th हमने कर रखा है ना? So let's tick 6th as well. Right. Brian did not get any of the boxes in the corners, and Abdul got 2 boxes in the corners in the same column. See, corners पे आना चाहिए, same column, right? So this is the only place we can put Abdul. So A will go there. Okay. Also, Abdul is the only one who got boxes in each row and each column. So in the second column and third column, we have Abdul. In the first row, third row and fourth row, we have Abdul. We need to put one more A. Remember, there are 4 boxes for Abdul. 3 A's are already here. We need to put one more A such that it covers first column and second row as well. मतलब इधर ही हो सकता है. This is the only place where we can put A such that A is there in every row and every column. Now, the moment we have A here, we can go to the 4th statement now. Remember, B should be in the same column and D should be in the same row. If B is going to be in the same column of first column में तो नहीं आ सकता. The only place where 2 blank cells in the same column are empty, because B has to be 3, out of which 1 is already placed, we are left with 2 B's, और दोनों same column में होना चाहिए. The only place we can put that is here, right? So 3 B's are done, 4 A's are done. Now we need to put D. D should be in the same row. We can't put D in the second row. 2 D's are already here. One more D we need to place. This is the only place D will be. This is the place C will be. This is the place C will be. So ये अब हमें, this is what we get. Who has received which particular box? So 4th statement is also done. Right? Okay. अब fill करना शुरू करते हैं. Chocolates. If we look at the 4th row, it's 34. 12 plus 12 is 24. So this D should be 10. Right? Next, C should get a total of 31 chocolates, out of which C has already received 16. So the remaining 15 will go here. Next, which one is filled? D. D should get a total of 37, out of which 12 plus 10, which is 22, we already have. So the last D should be 15. Now, the sum of the chocolates in the third column is 47, out of which 42 is already here. So this should be 5. First row sum should be 36, out of which 21 we already have. So this should be 15. The second column, अब सुडोकू की तरह चल रहा है, जो cell fill होते जा रहे हैं, fill होते जा रहे हैं. If there is one cell left in that row and column, we will see the sum and solve. The sum of the chocolates in the second column is supposed to be 47, out of which we already have 35. So this should be 12. Second row sum should be 35, out of which we already have 25. So it should be 10. Third row sum should be 35, out of which we already have 27. So this should be 8. So complete. Okay. So how many gems chocolates did Abdul get? Abdul gets gems. Gems में Abdul को 12 मिला, right? Third row, second column. So it's going to be 12. ठीक है. How many boxes out of 12 contain an even number of chocolates? Even number of chocolates 1, 2, 3, 4. First row, first column में सारे. Hold on. Then in the second column 1, 2, 3. So that is 4 plus 3, 7. And then one cell in the third column, which is 8. So there are 8 boxes. Jidhar even number of chocolates. So none of these. How many chocolates did B receive? I think B received 33. Yahi tha na? Yeah, B received 33. Who got the box with the least number of chocolates? It was B. And how many chocolates? Acha, sorry. It's about the box. It's not about overall. So who got the box with the least number of chocolates, and how many chocolates did that box have? I think it was a 5, the smallest one. And A got that. 5 se chota number nahi hai. So A got 5 chocolates. See? Which of the following statements is not true? Abdul got 15 5 stars. Check karte hain. Abdul got 15 5 stars. No, Abdul got 10 5 stars, right? So A. आगे check करने की जरूरत नहीं है. What is the minimum number of chocolates of any type that C received? Minimum number of chocolates of any type that C received. Can we say 15 and gems? Gems nahi likha hoga, so 15, the count is required. C will be the answer. Now let's move over to the next set. I will have to hide myself because it will occupy the entire screen. Okay. 5 candidates A, D, J, K and R applied for an interview at Himari Limited. Arvind, Neeraj, Pankaj, Rajiv and Saroj were the 5 panelists who individually interviewed the candidates. Each candidate had to be individually interviewed in 2 rounds by 2 different panelists. So, for example, A has to be interviewed round number 1 में और फिर round number 2 में, and these 2 should be different people. Okay. The first round of interviews for all the candidates was scheduled with different panelists. And if I look at these 5 people, ये सारे अलग लोग हैं. So it's not, should be same. No candidate appeared for the second round of interviews before this first round of interviews were completed for all the candidates. So unless and until the first round is not complete, the second round will not begin. The panelists scheduled their second round of interviews in the same sequence as the first round of interviews. So panelists का sequence भी same था. So should we sort this or should we arrange this in the order of the candidates or the panelists? Which one is going to be easier? So आप ऐसे समझने की कोशिश करो कि if I write Anshu, Dipti, Jyoti, Kiran and Roshni, and if I look into round number 1 and round number 2, if I keep on writing down the name of the panelists, suppose either Pankaj aa gaya, either Rajiv, either Arvind, either Neeraj, either Saroj. So we don't know this sequence, right? Instead of this, if we happen to write down the names of the panelists, because it doesn't change. So we will write down Arvind, Neeraj, Pankaj, Rajiv and Saroj. यही sequence नहीं है, but I'm saying suppose this is the sequence in which the panelists they took the interview. सबसे पहला interview Arvind took, the next interview Neeraj took. And if you talk about round number 1 and round number 2, we can put in the name of the candidates, and all the 5 candidates' names should be here, and then the same 5 candidates' name should be here. Given that same name should not be there under A's column, क्योंकि अरविंद नए लोगों का फिर इंटरव्यू लेता है, right? Okay, so this is how we should be arranging it. We should be drawing the table, name of the panelists and the rounds. We don't know the name of the panelist sequence, so we will leave that empty. We will read the following statements and try to figure it out. पहले थोड़ा पढ़ लेते हैं statements. The first and last interviews of the interview process were conducted for Anshu by Arvind and Saroj respectively. Okay, fine. So this gives us an idea as to first कौन था, last panelist कौन था. ठीक है. So let's call this as first panelist, second panelist, third panelist, fourth panelist, fifth panelist, and we will be writing down their names. This is round number 1. I'll be writing down the name of the candidates. This is round number 2. We'll be writing down the name of the candidates again. Okay. The first and last interviews of the interview process, yani pehla interview or last interview, was conducted for Anshu. So Anshu goes here. And it was done by Arvind. So Arvind is, that means is the first panelist and Saroj is the last, right? So done with the first. There was only one interview, that of Roshni, which was scheduled between the 2 interviews of Dipti. So it is Dipti, Roshni, Dipti, who was not the first one. So Dipti was not the first one to be interviewed in any round. So देखो, we can't have DRD. Dipti के 2 interviews in the same round नहीं हो सकते. That means one of the Ds is supposed to be in the second round. Well, that can happen if I put Dipti, Roshni and Dipti. देखो, Dipti का 4th interview था, Roshni appeared for the 5th interview, and Dipti again appeared for the first interview of the second round. But then it says Dipti was not the first one to be interviewed. So if DRD cannot be placed here, so that means DRD has to be placed here. Only this will make sense, right? We can't put DRD here, क्योंकि फिर दीप्ति के 2 कैसे हो सकते हैं interviews in the same round, right? Everyone is appearing for the interview once in every round. So we will have Dipti here, we will have Roshni here, and then we will again have Dipti here, right? That's what the second statement gives us. Now, there were equal number of interviews scheduled before as well as after the interviews conducted by Neeraj in both the rounds. So, Neeraj is the interviewer, isn't it? Right? He is the panelist. So, Neeraj से पहले जितने interviews हुए उतने ही बाद में हुए in the first round. So, can we be sure कि Neeraj is going to be at the center? So that in the first round, there are 2 interviews that happened before Neeraj's interview and that the Neeraj took, and then 2 interviews after that. Second round, maybe this is true. Okay, next, number of interviews scheduled before Kiran in first round was equal to the number of interviews scheduled after Kiran in the second round. ठीक है, let's see. Suppose Kiran was interviewed in the first round by the second panelist. So the number of people who got interviewed was 1. केवल अंशु का interview हुआ था. So Kiran should be placed in the second round in such a way कि उसके बाद केवल एक का interview हुआ था. This is very much possible, right? ठीक है. So Kiran is at P2. Next we can put Kiran at P3. So the number of interviews that happened before Kiran were 2. So the number of interviews that should happen after Kiran should be 2. But then this is not possible. Reason being, Kiran कैसे हो सकती है being interviewed by the same person? Remember, हर बंदा अलग लोगों का interview लेता है every round में. So we can't have Kiran in the same column. In other words, nobody else can, right? Next possibility is if we put Kiran here. So there are 3 people who appeared for the interview before her. So Kiran is supposed to be here so that 3 people were interviewed after her. पर इधर दीप्ति ऑलरेडी प्लेस्ड है. So out of 3 possible places for Kiran, we are pretty sure that Kiran can only take the second interview in the first round, says that she takes the second last interview in the second round. अब second round में there is one person left, right? Roshni, Dipti, Kiran, Anshu. So this is Jyoti. And since Jyoti takes up this, we can't have same name under Neeraj. So Jyoti will shift. And then Roshni will come here. Next, there are 2 panelists. Arvind, Neeraj and Saroj are already taken. So Pankaj and Rajiv are left. We don't know who one is the second panelist, whether it is Pankaj or Rajiv, or whether it is 4th panelist is Rajiv or Pankaj. So this is something we are not sure about. बाकी सारी चीजें हमें fix है. We know that. So once a particular matrix, grade, table, whatever you would like to call it, that is done, you can move ahead with the questions. Who was the panelist for Jyoti's interview in the second round? Jyoti's interview in the second round was taken by Neeraj. Which of the following is definitely true? Kiran was interviewed by Rajiv in the first round. Maybe, may not be. It's not definitely true. Jyoti was interviewed by Pankaj. Jyoti was interviewed by Pankaj. Maybe, may not be. 4th panelist first round देखो. Rajiv से भी हो सकती है. Not sure. Roshni was interviewed by Neeraj. Roshni was interviewed by Neeraj. Yes, this is true. First round, 3rd panelist. So C is going to be the answer. Next, for which of the following candidates the interview was definitely conducted by Rajiv? So can we say Rajiv P2 में हो या P4 में हो? किरण का इंटरव्यू लेगा ही लेगा in either round 1 or round 2. Suppose Rajiv is second panelist, then he takes the interview of Kiran in first round. Suppose if Rajiv is the 4th panelist, then he takes the interview of Kiran in the second round. But Jyoti and Dipti alag naam hai. So can we say Rajiv will, no matter what, will take the interview of Kiran? C option. Okay. Who was the panelist for Dipti's interview in the second round? Dipti's interview in the second round cannot be determined. It could be Pankaj or Rajiv, right? D option. For how many candidates can both the panelists for each round be uniquely determined based on the given information? दोनों round का बताना है, ठीक है? For how many candidates it's talking about? So if we talk about एक करके, do we know Anshu का दोनों round में किसने किसने interview लिया? Who took interview of Anshu in both the rounds? Yes. Do we know about Kiran? No. Oh yes. No, but we don't know first round who took and second round who took. So Kiran is not there. Do we know about Roshni? Yes, we know कि first round में Neeraj took, second round में Arvind took. Do we know about Jyoti? No. Do we know about Dipti? No. So can we say there are only 2 such candidates जिसका interview हमें fix है? We know how many people took that interview. Since it says uniquely determined, so should we include देखो अंशु का we know it is Arvind and Saroj. Kiran ka we know it is Pankaj and Rajiv only, but which round, which was the panelist? Who was the panelist? We don't know that. Roshni we know. Jyoti we are not sure क्योंकि ज्योति का एक round का पता है, second round we are confused. Dipti again we know for one round, we don't know for the second one. So let's read the question once again. So the answer is going to be either 2 or 3. Can both the panelists for each round be uniquely determined? So दो ही लोग हुए ना? Only 2 people. Because for Kiran each round we don't know. We only know for Anshu and Roshni. ठीक है? So 2 is the answer. Next, how many interviews were scheduled between the two interviews of Jyoti? So Jyoti ke do interviews, one interview was here and another interview was here. There was 1, 2 and 3. 3 interviews happened between the two interviews of Jyoti. So 3 is going to be option A. So option A, right? So both the sets, they looked pretty decent, not the difficult ones, right? So everyone, if you are watching this, please make sure that you like the video, okay? And if you guys haven't subscribed the video, this channel yet, make sure that you subscribe and press on the bell notification. The exams are getting nearer, so you would need more of such sets and more of help and guidance. How to solve a particular LRDI set. So this is what, this is why we are here for you, right? So you can download our app if you haven't yet. The link to downloading the app is given in the description and in the chat in both the places. Once you download it, you can put down your contact number and you can start 3-day free trial access of the app. You can also get our test series. It's not only CAT but other MBA test series, other MBA exams as well. So you have got more than 80 mocks with 20 CAT mocks and more than 55 non-CAT mocks, 10,000 practice questions, all India open mock tests with video solutions. Most importantly, जो tests है वो random people नहीं बना रहे हैं. These are the people who make mocks. These are the people who have got 100 percentile, who are 100 percentilers in their subjects, you know, very regularly. You will be given detailed mock analysis and the video solutions for all the CAT mocks, right? Please meet our CAT 2022 toppers. This year, you can have your photograph here. All you have to do is join our comprehensive program for this year. These all are our giveaways. Okay, make sure that you enroll for this, and for that you can avail up to 90% scholarship. The scholarship date is 13th of August, which is tomorrow at 11 AM. So make sure that you register for this and avail up to 90% scholarship. All India Open Mock CAT 2023 has already begun since yesterday. It's a 10-day window. So if you want to know where you stand, if you want to build up your D-Day strategy, if you want to have, you know, proper video solutions for these mocks, make sure that you attempt this All India Open Mock. All you have to do is register for this, download our app and find the link for that. On 20th of August at 11 AM, there is going to be a workshop, an interactive one to be taken by Mr. Srinivas. He is going to discuss about MBA, why, how and when. So if you guys have any queries regarding your resume, colleges, specializations, preparation, you can register for this particular workshop and get your queries resolved. Don't forget to check out our social media handles and pages, and don't forget to join our Telegram channel specifically. Thank you everyone. I'll see you guys again with another session on LRDI or Quant. Until then, take care.